Hello there. We are back for another Spider-Man double draft, traditional style this time. Another 2-1. Usually as a result of misplaying in the first game and then tightening up for the next two. Now, the best card in this pack by a mile is Remarkable Readings. It's one of the very best in the entire set, and it can win games on its own. Now, you basically just need creatures, so you can play it in any color pair, but it's usually best in green-white. That being said, there's just about nothing I really want to play in the rest of this pack. I mean, we will play it. We could take account Citizens, and then that would leave us open to the blue-white and green-white archetypes. The rest of these are playable. I would rather take a Citizen than a crime scene instructor. So let's do that. Ancestral Carvings can be nice. It's better in traditional than it is best of one, but I think it's still slow. There is another pickup that's powerful. Lost Notjara. It's not nearly as good as Remarkable Readings, but I think it's the best card in this pack, so we'll take it and we'll pair it with Unstable Experiment, try and lean into blue-white. 2 Crime Scene Instructors could wheel, and we'll play them. And then Archangler Skyrod, I have very rarely lost to. This just feels like a card that's way too slow, even in the modified deck that it goes into, so I doubt we'll play it if it wheels. Ooh, Rylix is the best card in this pack. Black-white isn't really a thing. Blue-white is a thing. So we could say that we're open to playing black and wheel the Remarkable Readings if necessary. Reality Fulcrum isn't something I've been particularly impressed with. It does have some more powerful cards to go fetch, like Remarkable Readings, but it could be 4 mana, do nothing the turn it's played, and then it could hit 2 lands, and that's just rough, like a 4 mana draw 2, but let's see what else we can run realistically as we end up pretty far from the picks we originally selected here. If we were going to go blue, black, then we'd probably lean into Ozor here and Leonin. I'm going to split the difference, banking on the fact that we can probably get these later on, and that will leave us more open to playing white and green. Okay, here's Kivney and Skittering Kitten. So I wonder if any of the drafters at our table will actually end up in red-black. The rest of this pack was weak, so we did not wheel the 2 mana white card. What was that? Someone did pick up one of those white cards. The Detective that puts 1/1 counters on stuff. You know it. I know it. We don't need to remember the name right now. And there's Etzli. We hope not to play Etzli, and we pray not to play Scuttling Spider Coach. Okay, leaning into blue-white. There's Kumonoso. The best cards in this pack are Terrifying Team Up and Leyline Weaver. Do we like our green-white better or our blue-white better? I think our blue-white at this point. So we'll take Kumonoso and the Experiment, and then we'll let someone receive the gift of Leyline Weaver. Terminus is worse than it looks, so we'll leave it. Nil is actually good, but I think we want to play blue-white more than we want to play blue-black at this point. Another Kumonoso and Darval. So Darval is going to be worse in the blue-white deck than he is in the green-white deck. So much so that we could maybe pick up Snatchback here. It's not a great card, but in best of 3 there's going to be scenarios where we want to bring it in. What are we doing? Hopefully getting Pigeons to bring back with Darval. and the detective that gives you 1/1 counters. We don't have anything for him right now, so it might actually be KUMONOSO. And Snatchback here. There is a pigeon. We were just talking about that. And we'll take a valet for blue-white. Is that right? Probably not. Let's take a Rolla and fill out a 4-drop slot. I'm not thrilled with this, but I will play it. There is a Darval. There's a Secret Identity. I feel like one of these can be okay. In some decks, it's not a big pickup, but I'm kind of a sucker for 1 mana combat tricks, especially if they can also be used for protection. When I end up drawing bombs, I feel a lot better if I can leave up 1 mana to protect them, and we'll even play them a turn late sometimes. If we had something like the Watch on the Road, it would be better. Boris is here. We might take it just for the gems. Or take black and be open to the idea that maybe our white, apart from the markable readings, is not that great. I mean, we have KUMONOSO, so we still will probably play it, but people are just not taking the black cards here. Another KUMONOSO. We love Wonder Weave Aerialist, but we need something like a set of pastries or the costume closet to get counters on our creatures. This is kind of a nombo with blue-white, I feel. And Pinnacle Research Team is not a high pickup. But in best of 3, it may be right to side him in. Is 3 KUMONOSOs too much? Alright, Multiversal Passage we can take, and Hide in Mundanity we will take. We absolutely need removal. We're actually going to drop the Multiversal Passage here for another Aerialist. We'll jam as many of these as we can get. So what does our removal suite look like right now? Basically non-existent. We have Secret Identity as interaction, Snatchback as pseudo removal. We can fetch the Hide in Mundanity with Bargain Spinner, so I'm pretty happy to see that. And Counterspell is something I will want to run in best of 3, but we'll take a pastry here first. Like I said, we have no Costume Closet. We're going to want to be putting on counters across our Wonder Weave Aerialist. There's another Wonder Weave Aerialist. We absolutely will pick it up. Snatchback is probably going to have to come in, I guess, over the valet. We're not enwebbing this with anything but Darval, and we are lacking interaction and removal. So these may actually make the main line. We'll take Pinnacle Research Team. I don't know that'll be in the mainline deck. And Carriage of Dreams is an interesting pickup. I think it might actually get played in our deck. Trying to out-tempo opponents. And we'll take a Citizens here. Spider spells. Creature spells. I doubt we play Ulks. Jam another Citizen. Okay. This is a blue-white deck with some gaps. But we have KUMONOSOs. We have Data Scrubbers. We have Pastries. And we have Aerialist. And that is enough to pull ahead and win a number of these games. So I think what I'll do is I'll cut the Reality Fulcrum. I think we want to play lower drops, get ahead on board, and kill our opponents before they get to play out their hands. Darval is kind of a Nambo in our deck. I'll cut Arala. Pinnacle Research Team is something we probably only side in. Like I said, when we can't get in, we need to spend our turns drawing. Unstable Experiment is another way to get counters. And we have only 4 interactive spells. Cut Carriage of Dreams. It's a Nambo with remarkable readings. And we'll probably call that a deck if we can find one more cut. Maybe Data Scrubber. And 9/8 is more correct here. I believe all our 2-drops are playable with white, but Gallant Citizen doesn't have the flexible blue mana costing spell, plus we have the Pigeon and 3 Perfected Pastries. Okay, let's do it. This deck definitely has potential, even with its gaps. If we get Wonder Weave Aerialist with counters on them, then the Ward 2 is especially nice. And, oh, this is not keepable. Gallant Citizen is not playable yet. You have blue-white only. Okay. So I've got a pastry. What I was saying is, Remarkable Readings is, as strong it is, susceptible to instant speed removal. If you spend 2 mana essentially to pump up your creature and then they remove it before it receives the pump, then it doesn't end up totally taking over games, and you can still lose. But the Ward 2 on Airless just makes spending removal so much more expensive, and flying is not to be underrated for sure. Hunt has a pretty good start. Turn 3, Principal Ref. He's going to make a 3/4 reach, so he's actually going to attack. He is on play, so I understand the beatdown. Also, I thought we took Darval out of the deck. I guess not. Let's send down Wonder Weave Aerialist. Draw a card from this guy. Another Aerialist. I'll take it. We definitely need to remember to cut this not only next game, but before we enter other matches. Darval should be cut, and we should probably put Gallant Citizen back in. Or Data Scrubber. Does that even make sense? I think it's just Darval and hold up Secret Identity. Isaac, okay. That might have explained why he was so aggressively with his Leyline Weaver. Not worried about dying in the air. I don't love this, but I think it is correct to Use secret identity and block his chariot. Yeah, first strike on Chizak plus vigilance is going to be pretty rough. And he has trample. So we're just going to take this. Spinner will go fetch Hide in Mundanity, so this technically isn't over. We are in a horrible position. I would love to go grab Remarkable Reading, but it's got to be Hide in Mundanity. Bargain Spinner for the Leyline Weaver. Gonna have to be aces here, and then we will go to 1. Can we actually do both? We gotta pay the ward, right? So alternative, if we get the free Strider aces, it'll just be a 6/6. And we will have a 5/5 worth of blocking and only be able to chump. We can't play KUMONOSO in Dandy, so it's gotta be on Chizak. And now we have a chance. He's surveilling, that's a good sign. He likes what's on top, that's a bad sign. Wizards, that's okay so far. Okay, we can play both. No we can't. Both in terms of we can play the lane. And 4/4 ball plus 4/4 KUMONOSO will survive this turn as long as he has nothing. Okay. 5, 6. That'll be not be enough. Let's play the aerialist. We can attack with KUMONOSO, actually. He has vigilance. And if he triple blocks, we can get him, assuming he has nothing. Okay, we'll get rid of pastry. It's the safest to hold up Snatchback here. love to seal him. Let's see what we draw off the citizen. And now we can hold up Snatchback with kickers. Lost in Jara. I would like to play that, but I think it's safer to hold up Snatchback. He'll have to block here. Okay. And now we feel pretty safe. 2 Snatchbacks. We probably won't kick for value, like we're so far ahead. All we need to do here is survive. And it doesn't look like he's mainline red, so I doubt that he'd be splashing for shock with his red-green surveil land. Okay, there's Rouse. Would game him life and add a creature to the board, but he figures it's not enough. I think I agree. And he does have a card in hand, so we'll cast this for kicker. Get rid of his largest creature. Just barely survive. Exactly at 1. Darval was an alright body there, but I don't think he should be in the deck. I think we should grab a data scrubber to fill out our 3-drop slot. And this will be a better drop because we're not trying to in-web Darval. Oh no, it disappeared? No, it's back. We're trying to put counters on our Wonder Weave Aerialist. Opponent is really noodling here. I believe, from what I've seen online, I don't know if this is actually true, you have up to 2.5 minutes to sideboard. You might have shared your game timer time before, but now I'm pretty sure it's not the full 30 minutes. If you're watching on YouTube, you can skip forward till the opponent picks whether he's going to play or draw. I wonder if he's just going to rope because he's upset about bringing us to 1 health last match. 1 health is not 0. Life is just a resource. This is a little unfortunate. I think we have a good shot at winning again. Last game was a lot of fun, just barely surviving on 1, but for the sake of our gems, I'll take that. We'll keep it all blue. So we will eventually want Flame. Quite a while to get it, and potentially a Surveil 3. Wonder Weave Airless, so nice turn 2. You would have to really have cheap removal to remove him. Like, even if it had him, before he got any counters on him, you would need to be the turn player to kill him. And I figure it's probably best to just shrink this down. We'll threaten to have a counter put on Wonder Weave Airless. There's the draw and dive spell that would just blow him out. So he's going to let us do 2 damage, I think. 10 out of 10 times there. Okay, that is a big boy. Downside to bouncing it with Snatch Back is he is going to just make a treasure token again. I think watching the card is something nice here. We can surveil into a plains. Yep, perfect. Pastry is fine. Do we want Secret Identity? Probably not. And copying KUMONOSO is going to be pretty sweet. We'll put 1 counter on Wonder Weave Airless, connect to draw a card, and then make a 5/5 leave a 4/4. Hopefully catch up on board because he's pretty far out there. His swing is big. And Margot is going to be unblockable damage. 1 token. Three is big enough to destroy his vision if he blocks, so I don't think we put both counters here, making KUMONOSO able to he actually doesn't try to pump up the vision in order to block our aerialist without dying. So I think that's good for us. It lets us draw 2 cards, because KUMONOSO and his token will trigger here. And we're gonna bounce his Margot, hopefully before we're dead. Okay, that's still a chump blocker at least. And I think we will use it to chump here. We could block our own boy back, but we're almost definitely going to be using Snatchback on his Margot to survive. I don't think we'll have time to bounce KUMONOSO back. Max D. Max D is tricky. How can we best do this? Pastry, draw planes. Oh, it comes in tapped. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Do this. I think we take this trade. Alternatively, we bounce the vision. He attacks for 4 here. We trade our KUMONOSO for his favored fighter. And we draw a card. I think drawing a card is better. So we bounce his back spot. Or do we bounce our own? Let's bounce our own hiding Mundanity. that to stop Margot for good. Okay, here we have to block his 4/4, and we die. Did not expect, and his blue-green, I guess he's green. He's playing white. He was white, white, blue, but we didn't really see any white cards besides Margot. So maybe he's blue-green main. I did not expect Cold Blood Curse. Double green is kind of crazy. Margot, favorite fire. We did not take Darval out. I just remembered. We didn't swap it for a Data Scrubber, did we? My mainline deck. This is fabulous. Start one, Pigeon, into Aerialist, into Pastry, into Kumanoso eventually. Back spots, okay. Let's play the Pastry. And I think we'll actually put it on the Pigeon here. Minutes. So it's the alley lurker. That's not bad. We would rather keep the Aerialist alive. So let's do this, just be doing it. I think that's better than playing. Another Kumanoso. Wow, maybe 3 is too many. Slammer foul. Margot. I would love to swap one of these Kumanosos for Margot. Okay, we do get another land. So we are 1 turn away from playing. But this Margot is going to get pretty scary, pretty quick. We do not have much hard removal. It's really just hiding mundanity. and then we bounce twice in Pray. So a Voltron strategy is going to be pretty effective against this. I think Arena is Crash. Oh no, Platinum. Back, be back. And actually, 9's the way I land, so he does not flip up Argo on the case. I think we really are happy that's the case. Alright, KUMONOSO time. Would rather give us his 1/1 flyer than a card. Unless you can bring it back. Oh, KUMONOSO is an artifact creature. I didn't even notice. Did not take this damage, unfortunately. But on the right side, we have 2 more. Where that came from. We don't have any single blue cards left, so we'll attack with 2 aerials. See if we draw more engines. We do not. Pastry. Okay, there is a snatchback if he ends up getting counters onto Margot. He has a KUMONOSO of his own. I think I would rather that than the favored fighter at this point. We can actually trade a KUMONOSO for his favored fighter. And then so do we actually play Lost in the Lit Jar to try and copy KUMONOSO and hold up a snatchback? Both of these are great. Do we want snatchback before unstable experiment? We play KUMONOSO 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have 2 mana left. This probably doesn't matter. It's ordering. Or maybe it does. Snatchback should probably be first. No protection. Please. Please do not have protection. Okay. He can remove an aerialist, but we can remove his MacD. So putting snatchback on top didn't matter. He plays out Margot, he's tapped out, and we win. Close. 3 Kumnoso. Yeah, it's probably too many. So let's cut that. Let's get rid of Darval. Replace it with Data Scrubber. And what? He has flyers. Dang, is it just another Kumonoso? We're not conniving that much. 1, 2, 3 connives. So maybe now that he knows we have a bunch of Kumonoso, we run Aurora or Esley instead. Very slow hand move to draw. Off the pastry. And hopefully hit one of our early drops. This is maybe something we need to mold. But this guy has a powerful deck. And it's not impossible that we play the Snatchback, so we'll wait till his end step to pop the pastry. Seen enough. He does have Mothwing Shroud, so he'll be able to remove remarkable readings. Hidden Mundanity on our Free Strider. Okay. That'll still count as a body for remarkable readings. Okay, if he attacks with bots. Yep, there goes the remarkable readings. We at least have 3 bodies left over. And if he attacks with the bots, then we enable an attack with Kumonoso here. We sling a counter. One of our 1/1s. And swing out. Pastry. Unstable experiment. Okay. It's alright. He's making a Voltron. We still have the ability to bounce it. He tosses lands, so it's not something we need to bounce just yet. And Hidden Mundanity is something we're going to want to save for that Margot. Yikes. Is he able to do that on a food token? It's got to be a feature, right? Oh, he does on Kumonoso, actually. What if we snatch back his King of the Cold Blood Curse and attack him for 7 here? Then he doesn't really have a good target with it. I don't think he can double spell here. Well, maybe. If he has exactly a 3-mana or less CMC card in there. He does. That is really unfortunate. And he's going to turn a 1-1 into a 4-4. That's just really good for him. Nikes. Well, it's still legendary, so we would kill it. Let's put a 1-1 on KUMONOSO. Attack on through. Slam a pastry and a Legendar out of here. We will tap the KUMONOSO next turn. 1, 2, 3. We do want an island, actually. Three, 6, 7 mana, 5/2. Then I think we're done with lands. We'll sack our Free Strider aces here. Damage. And pray that he has nothing. Okay. Unfortunately, we can't play the Aerialist first. This one a 5/5. And we're almost definitely going to use Hide and Mundanity on his Vexed bots. Do you have the Alley Lurkers? No. Surveilling. Great. A lot of cards to draw, so absolutely we're just going to try and stay alive here. 4/4 is a big blocker, but we have 6 cards in hand. Okay, okay. I don't want to trade, but I believe we do. Snapback is great. Can we token citizen? There's going to be no options. Can we select none? Bargain Spinner fetches nothing, right? Yeah, Aerialist. 3/3. Card. Maybe life gain is better there if we can connive with Data Scrubber. But now we can slam another. Pastry's a pretty good draw for him. Gains 3 life and replaces it. Okay, land. It's nice to see. Surveilling is a good sign for us. Let's play the bargain spinner. Is he dead if we bounce? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 get through. No, he's not. Not going to be able to fetch anything. We have Arala, and some unstable experiments left. Lesnia Archivist. He destroyed our Data Scrubber, but he's gonna bring back. Oh. Let's see. Okay, no protection though, so he'll swing out here potentially. I guess he won't. He'll bounce, and then is he dead? 2, 3. Do 3 damage in the air, and then he'll have 2 blockers. He'll have 1 blocker. Yeah. Swing out and we win. I don't think the math is that complicated. Surveil here is fine. He'll use up some of his timer. We need to make sure to not lose. Oh wait, no, that's it. It's the last one. Whew. That was close. He definitely had a scary deck. And we even called it. We knew he had Mothwing Shroud and could use it on our Remarkable Readings, but Remarkable Readings is so good. Even though we paid 1 more mana, I will gladly take a trade for a Mothwing Shroud because we end up with 3 1/1 stinkers hanging out. There's a lot of sets like Dominaria United, where 4 mana for 3 1/1 stinkers is all you get from the card. And it's still a good card. Or at least playable. We actually played a green-white deck that had Eleni plus Remarkable Readings, and that was pretty sweet. Almost lost the match, but got to a point where we were just barely holding on and were able to use Eleni's +2/+2 on like 9 creatures. Jiggles McFly. Can't play Gallant Citizen, but we will not turn down a hand that has Wonder Weaver and KUMONOSO. Also, we forgot to take out Darval and put in the Data Scrubber for Our third and final match. That is kind of incredible. Well, I would say it was incredible if it was. It was actually, by definition, hard to believe. But that kind of thing is unfortunately the norm. Okay, 3 colors. Bane marked way in, so he's probably black main. And here, I think we'll pastry. Give flying. Get another pastry. Interesting. Attack through. And we did that because we could have potentially drawn protection. I mean, he would have to have Scorpion Sting. He might here and pay the ward. So we're still not in a bad spot. It'd be a 4 mana investment for our approximately 4 mana investment. And here we can play Gallant Citizen and then hold up Unstable Experiment and Snatchback. I guess we can attack first. Nothing really changes unless we draw protection with Gallant Citizen. Flash flying the Wekdu. So now we have options. Unstable Experiment, end of his turn. Top Perfected Pastry, end of his turn, or Snatchback. And I think it's actually going to be Snatchback. We'll deny him from surveilling and from putting a 1/1 counter on Wekdu. Yep, Wekdu's not blocking, so it makes sense. And 1 land, yikes. And I was gonna say, and we're in business. Let's see if we can draw land. We can. Get rid of an island. Play a plains. Play a pigeon. Make Aerialist a 4/4. Out of Scorpion Sting range now. And it'll be big enough to block the Wekdu if he attacks with Fog Dove. I think it's better to start getting in for damage. If he swings with his Wekdu, we're swinging back for 5, and he's on a 2-turn air clock. While we have removal in hand plus KUMONOSO. What is he doing? Holding up counterspell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we still want to play KUMONOSO pre-combat. He does have the mana to pay the ward and tap our creature. But, fortunately, we have another KUMONOSO in hand. And since he countered and tapped, I presume he'll be playing his Crowbull and getting his flyer in, meaning we'll be able to connect with Pigeon and Aerialist and draw 2. So that looks like really good value for him, but I think in reality it'll still work out fine for us, assuming that's what he plays. He has 3 other cards in hand. He has to pay 4 mana since he doesn't have a CMC 4 creature or more. So we will still draw KUMONOSO. Put the counter on the Pigeon, and then move on to the Wektu, and then do more damage in the air. If he ends up killing it, we at least get a token. Could play Hide and Mundane to be mana efficient, but I don't think that's going to be relevant. We already have 7 mana and have more lanes in hand to play next turn. If we draw Darval, and I have to imagine it as a data scrubber, I will feel very sad. He actually plays out Tethix instead of his Crowball. I guess because we have a, which makes sense. We have a 4/4. Let's attack with a big boy. Target a land. Grab one of our planes. And will this count as modified? Equipment, auras, and counters. No. I still think it's better to put it on the citizen. Could we have one? I guess he could have. He could have had removal of those colors for our pigeon if we tried to pump it. Keeps the Wektu alive. Preserves the Wektu. Trouble forward Tethix, but he won't have enough creature. Death Touch is just going to last for his turn. Okay, we will remove Darval and replace him with Data Scrubber. Data Scrubber is also going to be able to exile his Tethix, potentially. He has a Breakout, that's scary. And green-black definitely has the potential to bring back creatures from the graveyard. Yuck. We cannot play Pigeon, and we are 2 mana away from playing Gallant Citizen, so this is actually a mole. Secret Identity is not going to do anything. And Pastry is just going to be too slow. This is even on the play, not something we keep. This is going to be a keep. Send back a Pastry. And I think it'd be relatively happy. Play Pastry into Wonder Weave Areas, into Data Scrubber, into probably KUMONOSO. We get our island. Play our Wonder Weave Aerials. Data Scrubber is going to toss. Is he going to toss anything actually? I think he's going to toss that Snatchback. 0. That's the over. Ooh, do we get rid of the pigeon? Okay. Defense is coming up. And here, we attack with the data scrubber, hold up snatchback with bounce plus draw ability, and we should be able to connect. That's a good bounce target. Be able to connect with KUMONOSO and draw a card. Well, with KUMONOSO's counter that he puts on data scrubber and draw a card. Snatchback is actually something I'm happy to see again. Tactics is 5 mana, so we're actually maintaining tempo when we do that. And replacing our card. So I don't think I've ever been that happy to see Snatchback. Yikes. Now he has his own data scrubber with 3/2. We can see what we draw first. 3/4 plus 2/2 is 5/6. So we would win combat if we do secret identity here. We don't get to hold up bounce plus draw with Snatchback, but it's very possible that it doesn't matter if we do it this turn versus next. Crowble. That's another good bounce target. Ooh, but we will actually be playing KUMONOSO. 4/6. So let's start with Hiding Monday mode. We have protection. Yee. We still have connive, so we'll let that play out. Next bump. Okay. And death touch. We are in trouble. Let's start with the citizens and see what we draw. Interesting. We'll offer a trade here. 4/4. I'll actually put that on the citizen because with unstable experiment we can make an attack with a 3/3. I expect him, yes, to trade with the Leonin. And also surprise destroy his Crowble in combat if he blocks our KUMONOSO next turn. Presuming that we have a non-land card to connive away. Okay, kind of a greedy attack, IMO. Okay, well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, if we toss the unstable experiment, we can actually attack this turn. It says 4 mana to pay this, and then it'll be 1 and a tap. And he has to block, so we're going to draw a card. He needs to chump the KUMONOSO, or he'll die. Excellent. Woo! Thank you, Remarkable Reason. We were in a tough spot there. Now we're in a great spot. 3 more creatures on board. Got to destroy his trouble. Drew Gallant Citizen. And have this nasty stuff every turn. Let's see what we draw first. How many cards do we have left in deck? 16. That's fine. 5. We'll pump this because it will draw a card off KUMONOSO. I believe even if it dies. Interesting, yeah. That's incorrect. Go KUMONOSO with the Death Touch there. Rather than our Gallant Citizens, but kind of showing him free cards, I guess, but if he had a Villainous Wrath, we would regret not playing Lost in Lichara that turn. Okay, that is, I think, our second all-time Spider-Man 3-0 in traditional draft. The deck just did not have everything we wanted. We want, Mothwing Shroud. We want 2 mana removal spells like Spectacular Tactics that can also be used for protection on Wonderweave Aerialist after they pay Ward, and put 1/1 counters to make it fly. So we didn't have any of that. But we did have Remarkable Readings. That was great. And KUMONOSO. 3 felt like too many in one of the games we played, but the other games, he was actually getting removed so often that he was kind of the MVP. Bargain Spinner is great. It could not only basically function as another copy of Remarkable Readings, but also could fetch some of the only removal that we had. This was our entire removal pile, and this was our only other form of interaction. So, solid blue-white deck, even with its shortcomings, because of something like Remarkable Readings and KUMONOSO. Glad to see it. We'll see you in the next one.